Welcome back to Press On Sports, Episode 9, wrapping up first weekend of March Madness, and what a tournament it's been so far. And we'll start with a number 1 seed going down. Iowa is the first 9 seed to beat a 1 seed. Classic matchup, a slow-paced versus fast-paced. And Iowa, can they realistically win the South now?
I mean, maybe. Bennett Sturts and Ben McCollum, all they do is win. It's insane. At every level, Ben McCollum has done this. D2, Drake, he won last year. Shocked the world versus Missouri. Now, he takes down the reigning champions, Todd Golden. Him and Todd Golden got into it last night.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Shout out Bennett Sturts. Shout out Tavion Banks. That team full of dogs. I mean, they can win the South. They've already beaten Nebraska once this year. Houston, Illinois, they look great, but who knows?
Yeah, it wasn't even Bennett Sturts is the thing. Tavion Banks with 20 points obviously didn't hit the big corner shot, so Ben McCollum just got these boys going. And Florida, I'm surprised at their play style. They didn't pound it inside like I thought they were going to be. Obviously, Chinyelu gets in foul trouble. It's just not what Florida was expecting from Iowa.
No, yeah. Shout out Alvaro Folgueras. He stretched the floor so well yesterday. But Chinyelu got in foul trouble, like you said. He was playing just ultra dirty. That was super weird.
Yeah.
It kind of took him out of the game. They were a smaller team, but I think in March the most physical teams win. I mean, we saw that with Iowa State beating Kentucky. We've seen it multiple times. And Florida's normally the most physical team every time they play. But Ben McCollum, he picked up one of the best transfer classes. I mean, they're underrated, and he went to work.
Yeah, and then we always say guards win in March, and obviously the backcourt of Florida just wasn't there this year. Boogie Flan, Xavier Lee just weren't the guards that they
I thought
expected.
that last play was very fitting, where Xavier Lee just turns the ball over to end the game. I thought that was kind of a good wrap-up of their season.
You got 5 seconds left. You don't even get a shot up. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what the plan was. I guess he thought Houck was going to be in the dunker spot. That's what he said post-game.
Yeah, but I mean, with 5 seconds left, you got to go full court, and you got to go all the way down and get to the dunker spot.
At least
and
shoot
then
a floater, shoot something. I don't really know what's going on.
But it was fun. I love seeing Todd Golden go down personally. I mean, he was cussing out Ben McCollum that whole game, calling him this and that and the other. And so it feels good to see a good guy
He's
win.
a jerk.
Oh, yeah.
He's a jerk.
He was cussing out Kentucky fans at the end of the season, SEC tournament. I went to it, and you could even hear him from the upper deck about how loud and, explicit he is. Yeah. So
round of 32 exits fitting.
Yeah, I mean, him and Kentucky went the same amount this year. So shout out Tennessee and Alabama, Arkansas representing the SEC well.
Yeah, SEC's done really well this tournament. I mean, Vanderbilt was literally I don't even know what you call that, half a basketball away, pretty much. I mean,
just a non-inflated basketball away.
Yeah, we'll talk about that game in a little bit. But how about St. John's beating Kansas at the buzzer beater? 2 blue blood coaches at their best. And St. John's kind of just controlled the game from the tip. Obviously, Kansas made that run at the end, but St. John's gets it done.
I mean, Rick Pitino and that full court press does wonders. I mean, we've seen what it does all year. The Big East, I was not too high on St. John's. I low-key had them losing Northern Iowa. I think we both did, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, what they did in non-con play just didn't prove it to me. And Rick Pitino, why should we ever doubt him? I know he had a bad tournament outcome last year, but he's got those boys right. Dylan Darling called his own number, had 0 points, called his own number.
The entire game was the buzzer beater.
Church bells.
Yeah.
I love Dylan Darling. Shout out him. And then talk about Bill Self's post-game presser. That was so odd.
Yeah, it really sounds like he is debating not coming back. Like, honestly.
I mean,
I know health-wise he's not, the best. Obviously, he had to take some time away from his team this year. But it seems like he's just reevaluating himself as a basketball coach almost.
Yeah, he talked about the health, talked about his family. It was very interesting. I mean, he's a winning coach. Other than that championship run, though, in March, has not been his friend. Multiple times they've just flamed out at the end of the season. I'm not saying he flamed out here, but with Darren Peterson going on, I mean, that probably took a toll on his mental health. I mean, I don't know. This team's interesting. Kansas, they get the players, they get the guys, and, I don't know. I hope Bill Self doesn't retire. I mean, he's still at the top of his game. They were a 4 seed. I beat Arizona at home this year. We gave them their first loss. They're still at the top of the game. So that's really interesting. But shout out Rick Pitino and the Johnnies for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. But St. John's reaches a Sweet 16 for the first time since 1999. Rick Pitino has just completely turned this team around. But how about a double-digit seed? Texas wins 3 games in 5 days.
Let's go.
They beat NC State. They beat BYU. Then they beat Gonzaga. Cam Heide, clutch corner 3 off a beautiful inbounds play from Sean Miller. He looks like a home run hire for Texas so far.
He does. I mean, Texas is one of the oldest teams in the country. I actually had them to go to my Sweet 16. I was super high on this team. I thought they underperformed. We always talk about they have one of the best rosters in the country. No doubt.
Yeah.
And they weren't even ranked at all this season. I mean, Dalen Swain is probably a pro player. Jordan Pope, and I mean that whole team. Volkatitis is definitely a pro player. He's got some good players. Sean Miller has proved himself to be a next level coach. He's back in those Arizona days. Texas, could they beat Purdue?
Ooh, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I mean, the thing around Gonzaga, the reason I said to avoid them is because there's no help around Graham Ike, and that showed in this game. There's absolutely no backcourt. I mean, I'm looking at Mark Few kind of like, I don't know what his future holds for Gonzaga. It's kind of, the expectations have changed a little bit. You know, Gonzaga's not like that small mid-major anymore that can make a run. There's kind of expectations.
Yeah.
That's back-to-back round of 32 exits. Maybe the NIL era is just not for Gonzaga.
Yeah, maybe they should have kept Tommy Lloyd before he went to Arizona. Maybe they should have handed him the reins early, because now look at Tommy Lloyd and look at Gonzaga. Just saying. I think Mark Few, he's obviously, he just like Bill Self. He could lose in the round of 32 for the next 10 years and still have the job. Yeah. But it's definitely interesting. This team obviously did not have the talent. We know Braden Huff wasn't there. Yeah. But, no freshman really came in.
No freshman
no true transfer guard. Morris St. Super is going to be a dog as long as he's there. But EK, like you said, had no help. And I think Volkatitis is just as good on the defensive end, if not better than EK.
Yeah, he thinks he's the best big man in the country. So
Volkatitis said that?
Yeah,
game. I would love to see him in blue and white. But FAU transfer, Sean Miller, they got muddy down in Texas. This is not going to be an unfamiliar thing. I could see them rolling the next couple of years.
Yeah, I had them in the SEC. I think I picked them 6th in the SEC, which was really high at the time, and I think they finished 10th, which is crazy.
But you see if the roster
But when you see that roster on paper, they should be. And also, the SEC was just super deep this year. If Texas is making a deep run like this, the SEC's done so well in the tournament so far. So maybe the conference was just that deep of talent. So
yeah.
You never really know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and let's go in another SEC game. Like we mentioned earlier, Vandy, Nebraska. That was probably my favorite game I've ever watched.
Oh, yeah. That was an insane game. If Duke Miles just had a little bit better of a game,
oh my gosh,
Vanderbilt obviously wins. But Tyler Tanner just went absolutely nuts. But Nebraska holds on barely by a rim out, basically. Tyler Tanner's second half-court rim out. Missouri about a month ago has that rim out against Missouri where he almost hits it. And then against Nebraska, literally overinflated basketball caused the ball to rim out, and Nebraska wins.
Yeah, we've been talking about Tyler Tanner this whole year. To think about, he was one of our sleepers this year.
Yeah.
And how nobody really knew him. He was kind of like, he was still a sixth man when the season started, Frankie Collins and Duke Miles.
Yeah.
And now look at him. He put the whole country on watch. They played in OKC Paycom Center. I hope he has a lot more games in that stadium.
Hell yeah.
He's great. I've never seen a player get talked about more that lost. Really? Everybody's talking about Tyler Tanner. Nobody's talking about Braden Frager's game winner.
Yeah.
Or Sam Horn. Or Price Sanford was throwing in an ocean. It's Tyler Tanner. He was fantastic. He was doing what Sam Hoiberg does on the defensive end, but also combining that with an offensive masterclass.
Yeah. It's just Vanderbilt's front court just wasn't that good at the end of the day. It was really the Tyler Tanner show out there. Yeah. I know he kind of struggled like mid-second half. He couldn't really find it. But late game, found it, kept him in the game in the first half. So I wanted more out of Andy's front court, and obviously Duke Miles just, I don't even know what that was.
Oh, he was 2 for 10, 1 from 8 from 3. He had wide open looks too.
He just looked like he wasn't ready, just not ready at all to play.
His jump shot had a hitch in it.
Yeah.
Halfway through the second half, he was hitching his jump shot. He's never done that.
He was just definitely in his head.
Yeah, the only 3 he made was the most contested one.
Yeah,
where he was 30 feet away. I think this is the least talented Vandy team we'll see in the next years to come. Mark Byington is that kind of coach. He will be in the Final Four sooner than later. Vanderbilt needs to lock him up before he goes away. And Tyron Stokes might be a Vandy Commodore. If I was him, Tyler Tanner, I would want to play with you. Tyron Stokes, you're coming to Nashville. Mark Byington's gonna have this team in the Final Four.
They got all the NIL you can imagine.
Yes.
So they got all the money. They got Tyler Tanner, who's staying, by the way. Don't get your transfer portal hopes up. He's not leaving. Vanderbilt.
He's there every single dollar, every single taxpayer, every single
kid.
Rich.
He's not leaving.
They're gonna throw a bag at him. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He could go to the draft.
Yeah.
I would pick him in the lottery.
Lottery pick?
I would. He has proven
go that far.
He's proven that he can do this. Pound for pound, he is the fastest and shiftiest player in college basketball.
Yeah, I'll give you that. On the defensive end too, he doesn't get picked apart like you think he would. So maybe at the NBA level he might.
Coming off screens, it's pretty shaky. But think about Jeremy McCain went in the first round in the lottery. He's undersized. I know he's bigger, but Tyler Tanner does about everything else just as good as him.
Yeah. But what about Nebraska getting the win? This is their first tournament win, and now they're going to the Sweet 16.
That's awesome.
They could potentially win the South.
100%. This team is. They have proven that they're a good team. I still had questions. I know they were 20-0 going into Big Ten play, and then went 6-6 in the year. But Hoiberg's got that team right. I mean, Rank Mosk was fantastic. Price Sanford might be one of my favorite players in the country. I mean, he doesn't
just catch and shoot.
Him and Momcilovic are the two best shooters I've seen in recent history. I mean, if you let them even see the rim, it's going in.
Yeah. Now moving to the late game Thursday, where Arkansas was just too much for High Point to handle. Obviously, High Point coming in as a 12 seed off that Wisconsin win. They scored 88, but it wasn't enough. Arkansas 94, but Rob Martin scored 30. But Darius Acuff had 36, so it just didn't matter.
One of the best guard matchups I've ever seen. I mean, Darius Acuff would go down, hit a three. Rob Martin would speed past everybody, hit a layup. And it kind of was that for the last 10 minutes of the game. I mean, the pace was unreal. It was just how we saw High Point versus Wisconsin. Just who could have the better pace in the last 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it happened to be Arkansas. They really fed Malik Ewan down low at the end of the game, and I thought that was kind of the game changer. High Point didn't really have an answer for that. Yeah. But Rob Martin, thank you for putting the country on notice. You were a dog.
Yeah, that was sick. I mean, he looked like a video game player. He was like moving like 2x speed. I mean, it was nuts. Cameron Fletcher had a great game, former recruit to Calipari, so he obviously wanted some revenge there. So High Point, 88 points. I mean, it's all you can ask for out of them, but Arkansas is just way too much for them. I thought they had a chance when I think Malik Thomas had like 3 fouls early. They had to sub. Yeah,
and they ended the half really well. I think they were maybe even up 1 at halftime or down 1. Rob Martin, like you said, like a video game player. He's probably the fastest player with the ball I've ever seen. I mean, but Darius Acuff, I mean, he's averaging 30 in SEC and March Madness play. He's probably the best player in the country. I'd probably take him over Cam Boozer. He's shooting 50% from 3.
I don't know how he's not talked about enough in drafts. I mean,
he's moved up to my number 2.
It's like a consensus top 3 at this point, people say, with Debansa, Peterson, and Boozer. I don't know how Acuff's not in that conversation.
I mean, if the number 1 team, whoever wins the lottery, needs a guard more than a big, I'd be fine with drafting Acuff.
Yeah. I mean,
his defense was definitely shady. Rob Martin was absolutely just cooking him.
I just don't think he's trying on defense, really.
It
just doesn't look like it.
I mean, he doesn't really have to. Yeah. I mean, if you give up 2, okay, he can hit 3. So 3's better than 2 every day of the week. Shout out Darius Acuff. Shout out Coach Cal, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back Sweet 16s with Arkansas.
Why is he clutch all of a sudden?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as he plays a shooter, he finally face guards him. Seems like he's learned from somewhere. Yeah. I don't know.
How about all the NBA players that went to Kentucky claiming Arkansas now?
Of course they're going to.
I mean, that really hurt. That hurts.
That hurt. Devin Booker hurt.
Casey Wallace, Shea.
Reed Shepard was in a Kentucky shirt the other day. That made me feel better.
Oh, he's from Kentucky. I mean, I'd hope so. Shea said Arkansas was going to win it all. He also said Kentucky, but that was pity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He had to throw him in there.
Jacob Toppin's like the biggest Kentucky hater ever. I mean,
I don't care.
He sucked anyways. So. As long as Oscar Tshiebwe loves Kentucky, that's all that matters.
Yeah, really.
All right, let's move on to Kentucky, actually.
They met their match. I mean, Iowa State's defense just hounded them. Kentucky had 20 turnovers. When you don't have a true point guard, stuff like this is going to happen.
Yeah, that was probably the best defensive masterclass from T.J. Otzelberger I've ever seen in my life. And that's saying something because he does that very often. This is a classic Big 12. The better team won. I mean, T.J. Otzelberger, you should be at Kentucky right now. Mark Pope, you should be at Iowa State. But I digress. Kentucky met their match, like you said. I'm very glad the season's over for Kentucky. This is probably the worst season I've ever endured in my 19 years of life.
2020?
At least I knew that was over.
That's true.
At least I knew that was over.
You didn't have to watch the tournament. That's true.
Yep. Otega Owe, you probably will go down as my favorite player ever.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Up there.
Pope, you're under fire. I mean, if you don't, this is normal for first and second year coaches. Let's not. We don't expect you to go to the Final Four this year, but I mean stuff like where they're trapping you at the top of the key and hedging ball screens, and you just continually go to your high ball screen at half court. It's just the lack of flexibility was just killing me yesterday.
Yeah.
And Kentucky does things that nobody else does, like give up an offensive rebound twice because Moreno has butter hands. Momcilovic hits 3, and then Cam Williams steps out of bounds, and then they go down and hit another 3. It's like no team does that other than Kentucky.
Yeah, I just think the roster continuity this year was just so bad. The way the roster was constructed was so bad because you have a guy like look at Patino's team, for example. You have a team, and he knows they can't shoot. The only guy that can shoot is Bryce Hopkins, apparently, which out of nowhere is crazy. But he knows his team can't shoot, so he adapted to it. They're just going to be defense, grind it out, win games. Our team is just a bunch of guys just built off nothing, just money. We just threw money at them. We don't know what we're actually doing with our team, and we didn't adapt to our play style of our team. at all. Obviously, we're dealt with a bad hand. But, I mean, you gave Quaintance $2 million, and you knew he was coming off ACL surgery. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to build here at Kentucky.
Well, it's nothing right now. Whatever we built last year, I mean, I remember Kobe Brea crying in the press conference. I mean, we went out happy last year in the Sweet 16 because, that team overperformed. Whatever built that year, like the love and the trust with Pope from players, is over.
Yeah, he built that roster in 2 weeks, and it did better than the roster he built in a whole offseason.
Yeah. Physicality wins in March. That's my thing. I've seen enough. I was always guards win in March. I've completely changed. It's physicality wins in March. If you go and get a Andre Yelovich and expect you to win, I'm more physical than him. He just turns the ball over and what does he do? It's like that. I mean, what does this guy do? That's Andre Yelovich.
Hey, he's coming back.
No.
Yep.
No, Moreno, not physical. Owe was soft. I mean, he hurt his hand and he ended up being soft. Let's be honest. Yeah. Colin Chandler is he's the only guy that actually plays hard, and that's saying something. If you don't go out and get some 6'10", I mean, it doesn't matter if you're 7 foot. If you're not physical down low, like Blake Buchanan was bullying Malachi Moreno.
Well, I mean, I don't know why Garrison has his best 4-game stretch of his career and just doesn't play.
He got 12 minutes. Moreno, his plus minus was minus 20. Put in Garrison. I don't
understand that. I mean, that's bad coaching, straight up.
It is.
That's bad.
Jasper Johnson had a minus 9 plus minus in one singular minute. 1 minute. One.
That sounds about Jasper Johnson.
I mean, that's an average Jasper Johnson stretch.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's just move on from this team. Shout out Iowa State. I hope they can go the whole way and hope Josh Jefferson
come back.
Yeah, and they beat Blue Blood without all Big 12 first team. Josh Jefferson. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Because they're going to need it because they play Tennessee next, who just upset Virginia and goes back to the Sweet 16 for the 4th year in a row. We got to stop doubting Rick Barnes in March.
Of course.
I mean, he's done this time and time again. They're usually underseeded. Again, same story as ever. Mm-hmm. Beat Virginia, go back to the Sweet 16. He's obviously ceilinged. Haven't been to a Final Four yet, but got to stop downing him in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, but I mean, Final Four for Tennessee is not what they expect. I mean, 4 straight Sweet 16s is overachieving in every regard of the matter. I mean, this is what Rick Barnes does. He just beats teams he should. I mean, on paper, Rydon's first year, Virginia, not the most talented team. They kind of beat up on a weaker ACC team like we're seeing. And North Carolina going down, Duke not being the strong team, Louisville going down. Like I'm saying, SEC is just so much stronger. I'm high on this Tennessee team. Like I've said, physicality, they have it. They are the most physical team in the entire country, maybe other than Arizona. Tennessee is scary. They match up very well against Iowa State down low, which is saying something. Jacoby Gillespie, you're going to have a great game shooting the ball because if you can shoot the ball versus Iowa State, you can win because they have to sag off you. They're best when you can't shoot the ball and they can really pressure you and gamble on passes, and they win those gambles. But Tennessee, Jacoby Gillespie just keep shooting. Bishop Oswald being the player he is in the tournament, and they can win this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to blitz Jacoby. Obviously, Iowa State's going to hound Jacoby, so it's going to be someone else. So Nate Ament, 1 for 15 is not acceptable in the tournament, so he's got to have, I think, at least a 20-point bounce-back game, something out of him, something out of their front court, out of their back, whether it's Estrella, Carey, Akpara, somebody.
Yeah. Akpara's been great.
It's got to be somebody else other than Jacoby.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to pick. We'll probably get to our picks later, but that's going to be a fantastic game. What do you think about UConn versus UCLA? Battle of the nut jobs.
Yeah, the nut job bowl, Cronin versus Hurley. Alex Caravan, 27. That's what a UConn veteran guy's going to do. And then Terrace Reed continues his double-double trend. He's been MVP of the whole tournament so far.
Oh, yeah. He was fantastic. He didn't even play very well offensively last night. He only had 10 points, but he had 13 rebounds. Caravan, what a way to go out. He gets, not go out, but they're not done yet, but he plays 36 minutes. The whole time the starters were in, he was in. 27 points, most he's ever had in a March Madness game, and he's a 4-year starter at UConn. Yep. He was fantastic. Braden Mullins, I thought, he was gutsy, man. When they were down basically the whole first half, and he was coming off floppy screens and double staggers and setting his feet and letting it fly, and Dan Hurley loved every second of it. Dan Hurley loves Braylon Mullins, and I do too. He's a dog. This team, they don't have the guards yet. Malachi Smith, they don't give you points, but they don't turn the ball over. They do what you think. Solo Ball needs to have a good game if they want to beat
Solo
Michigan
Ball
State.
Needs to wake up. Yeah. He needs to wake up. He's had 2 bad tournament games in a row. Obviously didn't in Big East play good either. So he's just been on a struggle as of late. So he he needs to get back on. But, I mean, UConn versus Michigan State, that's going to be a grinded-out blue blood showdown.
I'm so excited for that. I really don't know who I'm going to pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's a toss-up.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, seriously, I think Michigan State might win that game. But real fast on UCLA, I mean, they were really bad.
Yeah, they were bad. I mean, just can't shoot the ball. I mean, Donovan Dent struggled. He can score, but man, he just struggles to shoot sometimes, and it was one of those games where he just can't have it.
He was missing wide open. He was 2 for 9, missing wide open layups, but I mean, he still had 10 assists.
Yeah, I mean, he dishes out that ball. He gets them set up. He's like Jeremy Fears, where sometimes the whole story isn't how bad he shoots. Against Louisville, Jeremy Fears shot like 3 for 16, but still had 16 assists. So it's and you won. So.
And then Mick Cronin, of course, had to get his technical in. Of course, he didn't really even. I don't even think warrant that, but
yeah.
I don't know. That was a good game. I think UConn can go as far as their shot makers go.
Yeah.
Seriously.
UConn ceiling, of course, Final Four, but they could lose next round. You just never know.
I mean, they have an off night versus Michigan State's fantastic defense, and Michigan State gets out and running, and I can see it being a 5 to 10 point victory for the Spartans.
Yeah, that game might be 42-40 final, but
I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like yesterday there was like a 10-minute stretch where we were going back and forth of just 30-second shot clocks, not a great shot, and no second chance points. It was
what a day of the tournament, wrapping up the first weekend. I mean, this is one of the more fun tournaments I've seen. Now I'll just go over some headlines that have happened over the past week. I want to talk about Duke. Obviously, the number 1 overall seed has really struggled so far. Cam Boozer's not looked like himself. Obviously, they're not healthy. Was there any fix to get Duke back on track?
I mean, I think they're pretty on track. They won by 23 versus TCU, but I know what you mean. They did not play to a Duke level. Cam Boozer had one of his rare showings in the first half where he just wasn't himself. I don't know how many points he had, but it was definitely under 5. And then John Shire, like he does always, brings those boys out of halftime, like he did versus Siena too, and just with fire. They came out of halftime just absolutely blitzing TCU, getting out in fast break. I mean, Dame Sarr was fantastic. Isaiah Evans was hitting everything, but guards. I mean, I like Caden Boozer a lot.
He's just not ready.
He just might not be ready.
Yeah.
Patrick Ngangba, he's finally back. I know he kind of twisted his ankle on a dirty play by Xavier Edmonds, but he's back. He wasn't fully healthy. I think even if he's not back, Malik Brown's still there. I think this team can still win the national championship, which might be a hot take at this point.
Yeah, I mean, their defense can definitely get them there, but I don't know if I'm seeing enough offensively. If Cam Boozer's going to struggle like this, I don't really know. They're going to run into St. John's, whose defense is insane. Zuby Ejiofor's going to be matched up with him, so I'm excited to see that. I mean, the red-hot Red Storm versus a Duke team that's kind of struggling right now.
And you need to have good guards to beat St. John's because of how much they pressure full court. I mean, they start picking up 94 feet.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Dylan Darling, he is one of the best on-ball defenders just because of his hustle, kind of like Sam Hoiberg type of player.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if Caden Boozer can handle the pressure, they can win this game. I'd feel a lot better if Caleb Foster was there, but I'm still gonna roll with Duke until proven otherwise.
I think Kansas had definitely a better shot to beat Duke. I think St. John's has less of a chance just because offensively.
If you get down, if you're St. John's and you get down by 10, it's gonna be really hard to come back.
Yeah, really gonna be hard to come back because you just don't have that go-to guy really. I don't think Bryce Hopkins is gonna hit 6 threes again. I don't know. Zuby Ejiofor, I mean, he can go down to him low, but
Duke's super physical, and that's like Zuby. The reason he's so good is that he can be more physical than whoever you put in front of him, and Duke bangs down low. It's gonna be tough. I think Duke's gonna roll them though.
You think Duke's gonna roll them? Yeah, maybe Duke can get out of this kind of struggle that they've been in. I mean, that Siena first half just was. The first 30 minutes was just nuts.
Yeah, we'll talk about their coach Jerry McNamara going to Syracuse later, but Duke. I mean, I knew they were gonna win that whole game though. I mean, it's Duke. I mean, we know what we're gonna see. Siena was hitting everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that white boy. He was coming off those screens. I don't even know his name, but he was coming off and just setting his feet and hitting everything. And once I figured out they weren't playing their bench, Siena, they had a 5-man rotation.
Yeah, I mean they
were gassed.
they were so tired.
Imagine being that 6-man all season. And they're like, coach is like, yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, you're not playing.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
I mean, not even like
if I got to come in the last 6 seconds of the game, we're down by 6. Oh yeah,
I'm not even to go in and foul like with 2 minutes or give a defensive stand. No,
I'm throwing hands.
Yeah.
But how about let's talk about moving to the SEC. How about the Alabama saga? Obviously, Aiden Holloway gets caught with drugs, so he's out of the tournament. But they beat Hofstra, who I picked as an upset pick just because I thought Alabama, and they looked good for a half, and then Alabama learned how to play basketball in the second half.
They did.
And now they roll Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, that was unbelievable. I mean, from the get-go, I think it was like 17-5 at one point, and then from there, it was just absolute belt.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean,
50 points in the first half.
Latrell Wrightsell is playing at an unbelievable level. Like he was playing like Hofstra. I think he had like 5 or 6 threes. Same thing here. They shot 50% from 3 yesterday. Alabama could beat Michigan.
Yeah.
They can. If they play like they did yesterday,
they
they are the best team in the country. So, seriously.
But that's Alabama. You know, sometimes they'll have halves where they put up dang near 60.
Yep.
Then they'll have halves where they put up like 25.
Yeah.
So you just never know what you're going to get. But that's the Alabama that we all know. You know,
and
that's why their tournaments are, you know, some years it's round of 32, some years it's Final Four.
Exactly.
You really never know what you're going to get with Nate Oates.
Yeah, you don't. But this, man, they were so good. I mean, Aiden Holloway, if he would played yesterday, they would have won by maybe 150. But Texas Tech, I mean, they couldn't really do anything. I mean, they didn't hit shots, but Alabama was just hitting everything in the first half, everything. And then once you get down 12 to Alabama, it's really hard to come back on them because they're just going to keep running in threes. Christian Anderson didn't have the greatest end of the season. They kind of a lot of us played. Donovan Atwell, very disappointing. Lowan Watts was turning the ball over at a high rate.
Their big three didn't play well, and you don't have JT. It's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I was surprised the way they go out. I mean, I'm a big Grant McCasland guy. And I'm just like, he prepares his team better than anybody in the country, and I would not expect them to get beat by 30.
Yeah, I didn't either. But Alabama just completely rolled over them.
This
is a big headline I want to talk about. The talk recently over the past 2 years has been, is NIL ruining March Madness? Chalk Madness people have been talking about. I think there's only one double-digit seed left, and it's Texas, who's an SEC team. Yeah. So is this going to continue where we don't see the smaller schools advance and make deep runs?
Yeah.
You think this is it?
Because NIL, like, the middle of the pack teams are now really good. Like, there's no such thing as a 5 or 6 seed that stinks. The 5 seeds were Wisconsin this year, and they lost. I mean, that was a bad example. But 5 seed Texas Tech, how much money they have? They're not going to lose to a 12 seed. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. I mean, I think it's over. I really do. I think High Point, that's going to be like okay, they win one game and it's over. There's not going to be anything like a Loyola Chicago unless – I don't know, a miracle happens. I mean, I know some smaller schools, like, I mean, Bradley was giving out millions of dollars, like they could do it. But I think it's over all in all.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't think we're going to see a St. Peter's type run where a 15 seed goes to the Elite Eight. I could see Sweet 16 maybe second weekend, but that's going to be it for me. I mean, High Point almost did it. High Point was close, but yeah, like you said, kind of that middle of the road teams. Like Texas is an 11 seed, but they're like a deep SEC school. I mean, they have more money than anybody, and they made a run. Yeah. So it's just those teams are going to be the teams that make a run.
And when you get like St. Louis,
power conference.
St. Louis had a chance as a 9 seed. Like, I guess they're kind of Cinderella, in the A-10. But I mean, when you're playing a team like Michigan, I mean, that team is just fantastic. It's going to take a perfect game as a mid-major to beat a Michigan caliber team. Yeah. Utah State, they almost beat Arizona. Not almost, but they gave Arizona a scare. Mm-hmm. You were a few bounces away from High Point winning, to multiple upsets winning. But I mean, Wright State almost beat Virginia, Santa Clara. I mean, I don't think it's completely over, but it's going to take a few favorable bounces at the end of games for us to see a major Cinderella.
And then as soon as they win, their coach is gone. So it's
true. I mean, that's so true. I mean, Siena lost to Duke. I know they didn't, but I mean, Jerry McNamara is now. It's 2 days since that, maybe 3 days since that, and he's already on a flight back to.
Same with South Florida's coach.
Yep.
It's just they didn't even win a tournament game, but he did so well.
And they looked so bad in the tournament game. They shot
3 for 40 from 3. I mean, something like that.
I tweeted at halftime during that game and said, at least they can't shoot any worse.
Yeah, true.
And they just about did. But I mean, the best part about March Madness is Cinderellas, and unfortunately, as Kentucky fans, we have produced 2 Cinderellas with Jack Golke in Oakland. I know they only won 1 game, but that was a 14 seed winning, and then St. Peter's, obviously. So we've been on the wrong side of Cinderella. So it would be really nice to see like a Duke go down to
something like that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Happened.
But
High Point was right there.
I mean, we're there. It's the best part of March, so I really hope it doesn't end. But if these higher schools continue to get more money, we're going to see random SEC teams stay at the top and make deep runs because ultimately money buys happiness.
Yeah.
So
I think for your upset picks nowadays, it's just going to be that 10 to like 12 seeds that you think are way underseeded. Mm-hmm. It's like a Texas, NC State could have been that
for real.
Someone like that, where it's going to be that 10 or 11 team power conference team that's maybe underseeded, didn't have a great regular season, but plays their best basketball. In March.
Like a VCU is their peak.
Yeah,
round of 32 blowout is their peak.
They barely beat an unhealthy North Carolina team who played so bad. I mean, they could have easily beat them.
Yeah, I mean, VCU got handed that game. I mean, Terrence Hill was fantastic, but they got absolutely handed that game. I don't know if you want to talk about this more, but NIL is ruining it for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then we'll move into the 2 head coaching hires that we kind of talked about. Syracuse hires Gary McNamara from Siena. I mean, he's a Syracuse alum, so he's kind of writing on the wall.
He is their favorite. He is their, pride and gold. I was watching a video the other day, and they had, a Catholic church sing a Jerry McNamara song on a senior day. They packed out. They sent buses on a senior day. Retired his number while he's in college, Alex Caravan style. He is their favorite player ever. I know he had some heat during their Final Four run or before their Final Four run, but I am so happy for Syracuse. I think this is a home run hire. I know hiring alums, I do. I think hiring alums is not a great idea, but look at John Shire. It has happened.
Yeah.
But look at, Mark Pope and Hubert but it happens. You just have to see. Syracuse, I think this is going to get people back in the dome. I think that
is true.
At least for, even if they stink, there's
at least
people
year
there. Yes, people are going to be back in the dome. People are going to start donating. I love this move. I hope Syracuse doesn't ruin it.
I'm a little on the fence about it, just because you're hiring a Siena coach who, Siena's not a great school necessarily. I mean, they almost beat Duke, I know, but if he doesn't have that first half against Duke, does he really get hired? You know what I mean? I don't think he does. If Siena gets blown out by Duke, I don't think he gets hired. So I think, you kept it close against Duke. Okay, let's offer you this bag. And I know he's beloved at Syracuse. He was on their 2003 national championship team. But
well, hear me out. Siena, he was on Syracuse's staff, and then he left to go to Siena. And when he took over that team, Siena was 4-28. The next year, they go 14-18. They win 10 more games. The next year, 23-12 in a pretty solid MEAC conference. Yeah. And they give Duke all run for the money. And that was pure coaching. Yeah. Pure coach. I mean, that was all him. Sorry to the players. But, he ran a 5-man lineup and was a game to the last 2 minutes. Yeah. Shout out to Jerry McNamara. He's a dog. What do you think about Brian Hodgson going to Providence?
I think it's a great hire. I mean, it's better than what they had. Better than what they had in English. Oh, my gosh, yeah. A lot better
so
there.
Am
I mean, he could be a home run hire potentially. I mean, he coached South Florida to a top 10 offense in the country, so he could be all that they want for Providence. I'm curious how he's going to get players in the door to Providence right now. But,
I think he takes that whole team.
But in the Big East, I mean, he could do something. With some big schools disappointing in March, there's been some talk about head coaching hot seats, and we'll go through a list of some of the head coaches that could potentially, be out of there at this end of this year. How about Greg Gard of Wisconsin? Really bad tournament struggles as of late. I'll just read off a few. 2026, they get first rounded. 2025, round of 32. 2024, they get first rounded again. 2023, miss the entire tournament. 2022, round of 32. 2021, round of 32. 2020, tournament gets canceled, probably for good reason for them. First round of 2019, missed tournament in 2018, and then finally in 2017, you have a deeper run, Sweet 16. Ever since Bo Ryan retired, it's been Greg Gard's show, and it hasn't been good so far.
I didn't realize it was this bad. I mean, we kind of got blinded this year when they took over that run, but before January, they were not a tournament team, and we see what they did. Nick Boyd kind of carried them into the tournament. Greg Gard, he got out-coached by High Point. It might be his time. I wouldn't fire him now. I think his hot seat's probably like a maybe 8 out of 10, but these tournament runs, you win in March, and that's all that matters, and he can't do that. Wisconsin's a power school. He might need to go.
Yeah, I was going to go a 7 out of 10 on the hot seat. And the only reason I'm a 7 out of 10 and not higher is because I don't know who you'd hire right now. I don't know who the replacement coach would be. That's the only reason. If there was a replacement coach, I think it'd be a 9 or 10 on the hot seat. But how about Mark Few, Gonzaga? 27 seasons, 0 championships, back-to-back round of 32 exits. Expectations have changed. They're no longer that small mid-major. Maybe the NIL era is catching up to him.
Yeah, I'm not on board with this one. I think Mark Few is a lifer. He is taking Gonzaga from 0 to 100. My hot seat rating is a 0 out of 10.
My hot seat rating is going to be like a 3 out of 10. Obviously, I just kind of set some stats right there. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I don't think there's any way Mark Few can get fired. I mean, he's took this team to multiple Final Fours, but hasn't won the big game yet. But I just still don't think there's any way he gets fired.
No, I mean, taking a mid-major to the championship in 2021, I mean, that is just alone is insane. He's had good teams. He needs to get more NBA product back in. We have no NBA players for them this year. So if he can get some NBA prospects through the door, some good freshmen, they're going to be right back to the top soon.
Yeah, but how about a blue blood coach, in-house hire, Hubert Davis in North Carolina? First round exits back-to-back years. I mean, more last year you got babied into the tournament, and then this year you get VCU. Obviously, you're not healthy, but first round exit again. And then he missed the tournament with the preseason number 1 ranked team in the country.
Yeah, that's inexcusable, and that is stuff to get you fired. Hubert Davis, it might be time to go. I think his hot seat is a 9 out of 10. The literally only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because he landed Caleb Wilson. So if he can still land those two, and Henry Vasar was a transfer, if he can still land those top players, they can compete. But it's North Carolina. It's a blue blood. They should be at the top, not a 6 seed.
Yeah, he hasn't won anything without Roy Williams players. That last year where Caleb Love, Baycott, and RJ Davis were all recruited by Roy Williams. His hot seat for me is going to be an 11 out of 10. I mean, there's no way you can bring him back. This is a blue blood school. You can't find any better than Hubert Davis, who's an in-house hire who hasn't won anything. Blew a 15-point lead in the national championship.
Yep, got out coached by VCU.
This is inexcusable. 11 out of 10. He's got to be gone.
The Sweet 16 starts this week. We got some good games. Let's start with Arizona versus Arkansas. Give me your thoughts on who you think's going to win.
I mean, this game should be absolute fireworks. I mean, I think the best team in the country in Arizona versus a red-hot Arkansas team with the best backcourt in the country. I can't fall out of my national champion. I'm going to go Arizona still. I think that depth is going to get to Arkansas. Give me the bigs in Arizona.
Like you said, that depth is the only reason I'm not picking Arkansas, but they have a guy named Darius Acuff. Don't know if you heard of him, but he is the best player in the country. If you have him on your team, you can win. I mean, he is averaging 30 in tournament play. He's fantastic, but like you said, Arizona goes 9-10 deep. They have about 10 starters. And that's the only reason I think Jaden Bradley and their physicality wins this game for Arizona.
Yeah, and then we got Texas versus Purdue. The last double-digit seed left. Texas has been red hot. They've won 3 games in 5 days. Who do you got, Texas versus Purdue?
Ooh, I wish you would have picked this one first. Give me number 2 seed Purdue. I think Texas is hot. I don't think Sean Miller has this team equipped enough to take down number 2 Purdue. I think they're hot. They got 3 seniors going out. Purdue's going to go out with a bang.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. Purdue's got to live up to that preseason expectation. They were the number 1 team in the country at the beginning of the year, and they're going to try and live up to that expectation. Texas is red hot, but I don't think they have enough to beat Purdue.
Yeah, what about Iowa and Nebraska? Who you got there?
2 Big Ten teams clash. I mean, Iowa won 57-52 in Iowa, and then about 2 weeks later, Nebraska wins in overtime in Lincoln. Give me the slow style, Ben McCollum and Iowa beating Nebraska.
Perfect. I was really hoping you'd say that. Give me Nebraska. Their fans are going to travel where I don't even know where this game's at, but wherever it's at, Nebraska's going to travel. It's going to be a home game for them. Give me Fred Hoiberg and the boys going to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. And our last game of the day, Houston versus Illinois. I mean, Houston's trying to go to back-to-back Final Fours, but can that offense, I mean, I think it's top 3 in the country, Illinois, beat them?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, I got Illinois beating Houston. I think they finally have the size that they haven't had last year. They lack a good guard. Like, they can't really guard Kingston Flemings, but if they can just contain him and get him second line, I think they have the bigs like Mirkovic and Avicic to compete with that. I think they're going to shoot the lights out. Give me Illinois.
Yeah, they can score, but I don't think they can guard Houston. Like you said, I don't think they have an answer for Kingston Flemings, Miles Uzan, hopefully Emmanuel Sharp. Give me Houston to go back-to-back Final Fours. Second weekend of March Madness is here. We got some great upcoming games on Friday. We'll start with Duke versus St. John's.
Yeah, give me Duke. I think they've been struggling, and St. John's has been super hot. I think the guards might show up this game. Cam Boozer's the best player in the country. Give me Duke.
Yeah, I think Cam Boozer's recent struggle is going to get behind him. I think Duke's going to roll right here. Cam Boozer's going to get his head right, and I just don't think St. John's can score on Duke.
Yeah, Iowa State versus Tennessee. Iowa State just put on probably the best defensive show versus Kentucky I've ever seen in a tournament. Gave me Iowa State, TJ Otzelberger. Hopefully Josh Jefferson's back, but even if he's not, Taman Lipsey and the boys are going to be enough to beat Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going to go opposite here. I'm going to go Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to go to the Elite Eight for the 3rd year in a row. I think we got to stop doubting Rick Barnes in March, and I think Nate Ament's hopefully going to have a better game. He shot 1 for 15 over the past 2 games, but he could get back. If they're going to blitz Gillespie, I think hopefully he can kick it out to some of his other players. Give me 6 seed Tennessee to go back to the Elite Eight.
Wow. What about Michigan versus Alabama? 1 versus 4. Who you got?
Yeah, Michigan's the best team in the country. I mean, Alabama could put up 50.5, but I don't think they're going to on that Michigan defense. Give me 1 seed Michigan.
Yeah, same. 1 seed Michigan. I think they're still my national championship favorite. Alabama's bigs are not great. They've been playing better. Noah Williamson's coming off the bench. Really nice. Aiden Sherrell's been good, but ultimately Michigan's too much and too tall. Give me the Wolverines here.
Yeah, and then how about a blue blood showdown? We got UConn versus Michigan State.
Give me Michigan State and Tom Izzo. It's Izzo madness. I think he finally has this team where they're playing his style at the pace he likes. I mean, they've been dominant all season. They're playing the best basketball right now, in my opinion. UConn, they're still shaky. UCLA, that was a good win, but they weren't perfect. Michigan State's been dang near perfect so far, being Louisville. Give me the Spartans.
Yeah, give me the best coach in the sport, though. I'm going to go Dan Hurley and UConn. I mean, Terrace Reed's been the MVP of the tournament so far. Hopefully it's going to be a good solo ball game. He hasn't played well in about a month, but hopefully this will be his get right game. Give me Korben, give me UConn to beat Michigan State.
All right.